Yeah. We have now gathered here for no reason. At all, I guess. No, without going anywhere crazy with any of this. What time was my girlfriend home? Like an hour ago? And yeah, my sugar is still not good, and that's not a good thing. It's also not going up, and that's what worries me the most. You know, it was... Okay, I need to do something about this. I'll be right back. Oh well. Unfortunately, my body doesn't really behave sometimes. Thanks, Shoko. Shoko, good morning. Oh my god, she ignored me. She really that mad at me. And actually, it's not just Kyoko. Ever since Monokuma summoned us last night, the atmosphere around here has gotten really heavy. I can almost feel it looming over us, weighing us down. Well, if nothing else, I need to patch things up with my Kyoko as soon as possible. Makoto, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? You were late, so we were worried about you. What a dullard. Toko, Byakuya, what are you doing here?
What the heck?
They're taking refuge here. Refuge?
Such
Don't make that stupid face. We have to protect ourselves against the masterminds too. The masterminds? Are you talking about Sakura? It's really mean when you start thinking about it. The way they're treating Sakura, because realistically she hasn't anything wrong. Like at all. That's when I finally noticed that the only one that wasn't in the dining hall was Sakura. Huh? Where is Sakura?
Stop talking.
All I know is, if she were here, I wouldn't be. The only reason I went out of my way to join the rest of you was a safeguard. As a safeguard against that threat. Dread?
What is this?
Why do you hate her so much?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? Because this makes things unfair. Unfair? The game should be fair to all players. The existence of a spite for the mastermind upsets that balance.
What the heck?
That's a stupid reason.
What did you say?
This is a life or death game, is it not?
That's terrible!
It is stupid. You're a stupid idiot.
Hey.
Before you get too far into your argument, maybe stop and think things through. Why did the mastermind reveal that Sakura was a spy to us?
What the heck?
They were getting revenge on her, right? Like Monokuma said, an eye for an eye.
However...
That may be a part of it, but it's not the whole picture. Revealing that fact was also meant to serve as the next motive to the mastermind wanted to give to us. The chaos and confusion born from suspicion, the hatred.
In other words,
this right here, the fighting, the bickering, is a trap the mastermind laid for us. Knowing that, will you still stand there and argue like children?
But...
That's not what I'm trying to do, it's just... I mean, how can I get you guys to believe in Sakura again? It surely can beat the mastermind like she said, that'd go a long way in my mind.
What are you saying?
It did really ask her to do something so dangerous. What if something terrible happens to her? It wouldn't matter. What? If Sakura were to die, that's one less person for the mastermind to control. I have no problem with that. Byakuya, what the fuck, mate? Hold on, Byakuya. In fact, if she did die, that would settle this entire issue, wouldn't it? It would put the whole problem to rest. Slap.
What the hell?
You disgust me!
Oh my god, Hina just fucking hit him. Amazing.
You're a monster! To say something like that, it should have been you. You should have been the one to die!
What?
I should have died? Interesting. Then are you planning to take care of that yourself? Go ahead, try if you dare. That's how it works here after all.
What is this?
You think I can do it? Hina, calm down.
That's right.
This is exactly what the mastermind wants, and it's exactly what Sakura doesn't want. What's wrong? Lost your nerve? I'm leaving. I'll be in my room. Trembling with anger, Hina ran off. That stupid cat, how dare she? She could die 1,000 deaths, no 1,000,000. So she was just another hysterical little girl. Hardly worth my attention.
Just a second.
It's what other people call having feelings, Byakuya, and all you can do is mock them for it. What's wrong with that?
Hey.
A friendly word of warning. Someday that attitude is going to come back and bite you. Hard.
I don't have time to play
and I will
with
happily
you.
elude its attempts. So, you know, how about we eat? Maybe now is not a good time.
You know?
Without a word, each of us left the dining hall. We headed back to our rooms one by one. You. So what should I do today? Really? Free time? It's a bit heavy for free time, I think, but I do want to talk to Sakura. Let's go talk to Sakura.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure I'm ready to open up just. Maybe if you create the right opportunity. Yeah, I will.
I see.
Even if I don't feel like talking, you'll still stand by me? I still don't understand Jimakoto. But of course, without saying a word, I stood by Sakura. Sakura and I grew a little closer today. Let's give her a present. I have no clue what she would like. That's for sure. You really want to give me something so splendid? You know, I'm not quite sure why, but somehow you remind me of him.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I forgot I said that. I'm just taking it to myself. Anyway, I feel a little better now, thank you. Yay, Sakura's happy. She deserves a little happiness. Wait, what? I have plenty of time. I don't feel like just sitting here. I should go somewhere. Huh? Wait, what? That did nothing, did it? Wait a second. Did I just basically skip that entire part there? Well. Then I'm gonna try to find Toko. When are we ever gonna get out of here? Not that I'd have much to look forward to if I did get out. Should I hang out with Toko? Yeah, let's spend some time with Toko.
What's your problem?
What more pity? Are you sure? Aren't you sure it's a good person showing me all this pity? Let's spend some time with Toko. Toko and I grow a little closer today. Let's give her a present. Let's give her glasses. I can't forgive this. I'll never forgive you for being this nice to me. She's just standing there. Does she want something? But she's not saying anything. Maybe I should try to start a conversation. Toko? What, you want to talk to me? Well, I can't stop you, so talk already. Okay, sure, but what should I say? So, what do you like to do in your spare time? Why do you want to know? Well, I mean, you know, we're trapped here together, right? If we're gonna be friends, it'd be nice to get to know each other. What'd you say? After that part about being trapped, we're gonna be what? Friends? What do you mean, friends? You think I'm stupid? You're trying to trick me? I've already been hurt once. I'm not gonna let it happen again. You been hurt? What happened?
Anyway.
Come on, you really don't care about me. You don't want to know about me. Even I know that. No, that's not true. Fine, then tell me. Tell you what? You know why they call me the ultimate writing prodigy, right? Yeah, sure. You've won all kinds of literary prizes and stuff. Then tell me what I'm good at. Tell me what my general specialty is. Ooh. I believe it was like erotica or something. Yeah, it's romance, I believe. It's romance, of course. Oh, you actually knew? Your biggest success was So Ling is the Ocean, right? Everyone says it's your masterpiece. The book was such a hit that fishermen shot to the top of all the men pools, right? How'd you know all that? There's no way you care about me. I'm telling you I do. I mean, we're friends, aren't we? I'm blind, just straightforward nature blinded me. Toko ran off screaming like a banshee. I'm not really sure. Does she hate me now? Yay, we got vocabulary. But this means it's night time now. This is weird.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime.
Nothing is happening.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Night already. Everyone's in a terrible mood. I just hope nothing happens tonight. Adopt it. After I declined to offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady just refused to drop the issue. Once the shrimp idea was dead, she came back suggesting I should become a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, but she shot back. Okay, then how about to make you extra special, you can be a crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards, I want to go forward. I heard her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line, then she said, you just don't see the splendor of the crab. Haven't you ever heard of the tale of the crab and the monkey? Of course I've heard of it, I know all about it, but so what? The crab beats the monkey, but it's just some legend, hardly relevant to our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in the movies and stuff from time to time, but no crabs. Monkey team clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is, crabs have no place in today's light-speed world. Do your market research, lady. Which is why it chose the always popular bear
And
image.
that's the secret origin story of Monokuma!
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
I need to do something about Sakura. I better go to the dining hall and talk to Doris about it one more time. Huh? Was that someone screaming? I think it came from the dining hall. That was, I think, Sakura's. Oh my god, we had a problem, man. What's wrong? Look! Your finger shook as you pointed.
Hina! Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
You've gotta be kidding!
No, she's not dead. Open your eyes, no way she's dead. Why? What happened? Well, Token Hina, just all of a sudden they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table. And that led to a sneeze.
You SOB!
Her giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. And look at my shapely collarbone, doesn't it just totally set you on fire? Anyway, you're totally non-adorable, boys. Just get her out of my sight, okay? Or else, I'll start cutting and cutting and cutting and indulging myself for who knows how long. Okay, then let's get Hina to the nurse office. Come on, Hira, help me. Sure thing. Genocide Jack, a abrasive laugh, chases us out of the room as we carried Hina away. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injury in the nurse's office, she seemed to finally regain her composure.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it really was just a scratch. But still, that was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know. Yeah. Yes, well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic. That just makes you sound even more hostile. Hey, Hina, what the heck happened? We just got into a fight and I lost my temper and I flew off to the handle. Let me guess, the fight was because of Sakura?
But...
At first I tried to just ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes just get to you all the time, you'll never have time to live your life. But you wouldn't let it go, so I just... Without thinking about it, I felt like I wanted to punch her like a dozen times.
Serious?
Doesn't punch and isn't really without thinking. And when things got out of hand, Genocide Jack got let loose, right?
Sorry.
It's my own fault, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Because he was saying all those terrible things about my friend, you know. Before I knew it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears. And just as the tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door to the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was gonna fly off its hinges. Oh, Sakura's here to protect her babe. And she stood before us.
Hina.
Hina? Huh? Sakura! You're hurt, what happened?
Huh?
Oh, nothing, it's not a big deal.
Hey!
Makoto here, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me, it was Genocide Jill. All that demented murderous fiend's fault.
Oh, damn.
To hurt Hina, damn you. To leave me alone, but hurt her. What is this? What is this? I'm okay, really, it's just a scratch.
No forgiveness!
Unforgivable.
I can't
I can't forgive them. You know, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me. I don't hate you exactly.
I can't forgive.
Why? Somebody save me. Hiro nearly tripped over himself as he ran screaming out of Merv's office. But just a second later, what's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoko stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the room.
It would seem...
I gathered that something happened. Kyoko, please, you have to stop Sakura.
Wait.
You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything, I'm drawing a line right here and now. Drawing a line?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Wait, Sakura! Lina sprang into action, leaving the nurse officer chase after Sakura. The only ones left were... yeah, you were still mad at me. The refrigerator. No, not the refrigerator! Kyoko? Are you still mad? Yeah,
That's
I figured.
fine.
It's fine. Huh? About that issue we discussed earlier, it doesn't matter anymore. Then do you forgive me for not being able to talk about it?
In other words...
You could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like that.
I wouldn't have expected
such arrogance from you. What?
Because
ultimately that means you don't trust me. No, that's not it. But if that's how you feel, I can't really change your mind, I'm sorry.
that's fine.
It's fine, I've already forgotten about it. Besides,
And
I may have overreacted. Huh?
Anyway,
Anyway, it's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Okay, thank you. Want to talk about something else? What is it you want to talk to me about?
Indeed.
Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there.
So...
Where? Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but...
Shall we go?
Well then, shall we get going? With a typical indifference, Kokyo turned and walked away, setting a brisk pace. Kyoko, I hurried up to catch to her. I hurried to catch up to her. Ooh, well. She walked ahead in silence, and in silence I chased her, and eventually we arrived. The dressing room? So that's something else you mentioned.
Indeed.
That's right, it has to do with alter ego. But you said we didn't need alter ego anymore.
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him, I just said he had done his job. Besides, not us that needs alter ego, he has business with us. Huh?
Right.
Alter ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Alter ego wants to ask something. Hello. So it's just the two of you, Kyoko and Makoto. Kyoko's fingers glided across the keyboard. It's two not enough? No, it's okay, two should be plenty. But what is it wants to ask
Indeed.
us? Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed in the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network.
What?
What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, why? Well, you said my job was done right, but to just stop here, saying I've finished my work, I don't want that. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. That's what Master would have wanted too. So to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of the school. The only way I can help is if you connect me to the school network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind would find out about it, they'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko? I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. I was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile.
Hey.
You remember what you asked before, Kodo? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
Certainly.
When I talk to alter ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that Alter Ego is a friend. Kyoko. To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice it. But
Makoto.
let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego to the network. But
Hey,
he's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
now.
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up tall next to everyone else and then tell them you're their friend? Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't. I want to believe in myself. I want to be able to say, I know I can do this. So please, let me try.
Listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place?
That's right.
Remember, there's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. A room without surveillance camera, the secret room. That's it, the secret room you told me about. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there.
Indeed.
And I do believe you could connect to the network from there. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall.
However,
Just because there's no camera doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego, and the mastermind may spot us going to the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
that's what we have to do.
But despite all that, I still think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
It's true.
Okay, then I'll leave it to you. Thank you. Then let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? We started packing up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket. It tickles. Shh, you can't talk right now. We're going to move you to another room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely silent, okay? Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
Makoto.
In the secret room there are a bunch of different cables in one of the drawers. So there might be a network cable in there.
However,
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go check for ourselves.
it's true.
Agreed, let's head to the secret room. Huh? Where is she then? The map says she's here. Makoto, why do you seem so surprised? Nothing's wrong. Why would anything be wrong? He's acting really strange. Well, I guess he's always acting really strange. Okay, well, gonna go back to my room now. Take it easy, partner. See ya. I was in notice there. My obsession. What are you doing? Living. I see. Anyway, I'm headed back to my room. Just be there, living totally calm. Alright.
Hey,
Hey Makoto, are you sure all documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again.
listen to me.
Just hurry up and go to make sure you don't run off. I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it, she's acting. She was so forceful, I thought it made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
So then,
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Found it, there's a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me, I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can help us call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and I, and all the rest of us as friends. Friends? Even me? Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. I don't know.
Makoto.
How did it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was in an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away, so wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Kyoko?
What?
Yes. So we're just gonna
Why
split
is
up.
that?
Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Or maybe... But isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate or fumble before something I say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I want to talk to you about, like, what are you going to do with Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However...
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have to mind to listen. Then what should
So...
we? If we can find some new clue that will likely change the situation, that's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego. All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, I completely dozed off. Ding dong. Huh? Oh, doorbell, doorbell. The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Hello, who's there? That's all.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out of here. Kyoko, what's going on? Ina just came to see me and she was as white as a ghost. It sounded like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Makoto, Kyoko, Ina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window in the rec room door and I heard to look inside. And when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? Oh no, she's dead, isn't she? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice it through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway...
First of all, we need to get into the room. But the door's locked, right? If we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just
Wrong.
said the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like door's pressing up against something inside the room. Is it a chair? Chair.
In other words...
By the way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window, that should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait, right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hasn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? I highly doubt it. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, I'm sure... Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom. In the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jolting the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I twisted on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... She's dead. She looks so peaceful. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then...
A body has been discovered!
Not Sakura, man. Sakura actually tried to better it.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Deadly life, yeah.
Danganronpa.
Huh? Sakura's...
Oh no, poor Hina. No.
dead? She's... really dead?
This is why Sakura asked us to take care of Hina. That's what she meant to say. I heard Hina talking, my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. This happened again. Returning to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And I... Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. And I stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Ogre?
Yes,
So she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just right now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your
It was
fault!
one of you, Hiro, Byakuya and Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What? You're accusing us before we even began the investigation? I didn't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her, you hated the sight of her.
You.
One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer? That's right, it's the next
Monokuma
Monokuma file.
Yeah.
And don't get so mad, Miss Encina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that hold on, there's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and
In other words,
then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting a chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with a little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell, he owes them one.
I
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, I'm glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway...
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If you can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay then, Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's all begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
won't
I won't let
forgive
someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in, just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
No, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hero, do you really object? If you were gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
Correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory, fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who wants to touch her filthy dead body?
listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but just do it. I beg check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body the body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. So she was poisoned, I presume.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way to enter the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey,
Are you curious to hear what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after actual crime has been committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some trick of involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. Also, that all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when a locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push the switch and fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through the gap in the door or something like that.
However...
But in this case it doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend to show up. They showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a
In
locked
other
room.
words...
By that I mean that's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see it a lot of novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems to be most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate on investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. I will do that in a bit. I'll be right back. And we are back again. Let's investigate.
What the heck?
Hina, we already know who did it. Byakuya Toko Hero, it had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. But let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the Red Room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the Rec Room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma felt she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened, Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Yeah, that honestly sucks. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the Rec Room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to ask you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the Rec Room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that with... Sorry. But what fool would do what I said and risk being killed by a monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who'd go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind and spirit. She was So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Sakura drew a last breath, sitting slumped forward in his chair. There's obviously evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Alright, maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood actually has to be connected to why she died. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found that Genocide Jack attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought that might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of them in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Really like them that much? Because I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself, that's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Aww. Polka dot candy wrapper. There's a shard of glass scattered all around chairs Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Alright. Huh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure, it fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Alright. The locker's open. Oh, the locker's open and there's on the inside, and down on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing there? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open. Don't you think? And during other confusion they popped out and joined the rest of us as a group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, it was open already. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Alright. Now 4 red bottles lined up the shelf. Huh? We're missing a queen and a horse. What I'm wondering is how to get those figures inside the bottles.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, with a bottle opening a small boat placed inside? You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of this thing little by little. The Monokuma's bottle sitting on the shelf. They're missing too. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure out of evidence of that, so I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. I gave that Sakura? Yeah. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's evidence of that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think that chair has anything special done to it. Okay. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it, everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that too hard if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. It reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab all kinds of stuff, of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass that must be parts of the window broke to get inside. Why is it on top of it though?
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around again, they're also underneath it. What does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but they're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Hey,
She was the ultimate one. Yeah.
certainly.
Don't make me repeat my...
So...
Yeah, but
In
I
other
don't get what I'm missing.
So... How...
Yeah, we know it was open.
Indeed.
That one we had, that one we had. Glass shards again? Oh, the door. This door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened of course when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence of that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt that the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created a locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Alright.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't
listen
leave.
to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, let's either leave the area. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. I don't know where Toko's room is. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Oh really, this scene again? Huh? Who's there? The most negative era I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slid it out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Yukara told me that she asked to meet with him. What, she wants to meet with Master too? I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious. Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but accept this fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko yeah, okay. Toko is count. Obviously she did. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just want to check something. It's about how Sakura wants to meet with you.
What?
How do you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened you? But I'm not the only one she wants to meet. Oga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
Last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look
I
at
haven't seen
me!
her since then. Well, I'm here. Could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. He was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come
Oh,
on!
sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hero's pocket. Huh? Ah. The candy wrapper. Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash. I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Hoga asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard of Toko and Hero. What next? I'll definitely have to look around the crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Well, obviously, let's first go to the chem lab. Holy hell, what happened there? What? Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. It's where all the powder came from. It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? It was on the 3rd floor this morning, checking things out, and at the point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Soft powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. A bunch of yellow powders get on the floor, better not leave a footprint. But there are footprints in the powder. These are footprints, and they're only on the front of the left shelf? How did these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and one. Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I get to work, and before long I run up to sketch out the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
See.
So when you look at this, and it's like this, interesting. It appeared that whoever left these footprints only had a business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly.
Are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for yourself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what the captain said. I see your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. Well, with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Alright. Alright. Based on the possession of prints, wherever it was. Yeah. Tired, okay. Alright, Chem A is only protein. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. On the shelf is chemicals, I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but simply they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must be truly bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
Then the words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you as well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B. Yeah, this is insane. Like, sometimes my blood sugar just does whatever the fuck it wants. Anyway, all the containers on the shelf are labeled with letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving on unit section B. In which case I don't think I have to worry about too much with the shelf. On the shelf is this. On one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poison and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving on unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room.
I see.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Chiyokyo what Token Hero told me.
I see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient, someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines and the Monokuma bottles. These things have revealed new clues. You'd well to look them over one more time. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't think you might need to actually examine the body.
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recall the thought of touching that body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown purposely used to. Although there are still sometimes. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of the opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look in here. Your shoes.
Correct.
You see the yellow powder on the instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look
It's true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
it would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Alright. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anybody could, but Kyoko could have pulled that off. No, this is still the same, I think. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
Hey,
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find out. A correlation? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
Anyway.
Can you get up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle, try to get smaller pieces too? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and it's that obnoxious not Byakuya not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. For that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and the dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words...
I got a skill from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The piece of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen,
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words-
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect them.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you packed up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I've collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
so
there.
then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. They're heavier. The broken pieces are heavier, so that's 2 bottles. Broken, but you could have predicted that.
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
Well,
other words...
the result of an experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all new. And a magazine rack. You always said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Hey, this magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eye, it's important of you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is on one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word has been written in bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used a finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled, she's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Alright. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked rooms is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen in the class trial. No, not whatever happens, I have to make something happen. When Akuma made this announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss this in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you have 100 friends. He's right, it does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then,
I
please
can't
get in the
wait.
elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And the person is here. That person is one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I move way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into a steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it began its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, altering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It felt lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The door opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few, you must be lonely. You say that it's like it's not your fault while that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again, or will school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fake. A deadly class trial. Alright.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can,
we know this.
We already know who did it.
Alright.
Whoa! Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay, there's gotta be some reason why Hina feels so strongly.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
Okay, let's look what the bullets mean.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, there's more.
No, it's wrong.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Could be, but no. I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with her. I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Come on. There's at least one of you is lying.
Hero is because I know.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet,
Pocket
there's no
trash.
way that one
That
of
was
you
the
is
candy
I
route.
don't deny that I never went to
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking...
I have to go real quick. Bye.